Hi, I'm Jennifer Beatty-Yen, and welcome to Film Lab Presents. Today, Film Lab presents Two Faces. Two Faces was actually the theme of our 2015 72-hour shootout. The shootout is an annual filmmaking competition that celebrates diversity across the globe. We think you'll really enjoy these stories, and if you like them as much as I think you do, or will, you can subscribe to our online channel. It's free. Just go to youtube.com/ASAMFilmLab. That's ASAM Film Lab. Or you can visit the AAFL TV page on our website, which is www.film-lab.org. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, if you ever have a problem with that, just find me and we'll work it out for you.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is your desk. Feel free to personalize it as you see fit.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to work here.
We're excited to have you. Don't even think about it, Jaden. I see that one gear of yours turning.
What? I'm not gonna do anything.
I don't want you scaring off another coworker. You were lucky to get this one so immediately. Look, as your friend, please don't. And as your boss, you need to get back to work.
Yeah, fine.
So, are you gonna do it?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but you remember what happened last time?
Ooh, nice legs. What time do they open? Yeah, that was a bad day. She almost filed a report against me. Don't worry, I'm gonna use a different tactic.
And what's that?
My awesome charm.
All right. Good luck with that.
Hey,
Hey,
you're new here, right?
apparently I am. I'm Janice.
Jaden.
Nice to meet you.
So, am I the kind of guy you'd be into?
Excuse me?
Like, you dig me?
Are you serious? That's a little bit straightforward.
Like they say in the industry, let's do lunch.
Maybe another time. I'm still settling in.
Oh, okay. I'll let you think about it. You know what my shirt's made out of? Boyfriend material.
Buddy. So, heard you got shot down.
Not even. She's working on how to ask me out.
Watch and learn. Got these suspenders at Macy's.
Yeah, these are cool.
Discount. Yeah, you like those suspenders?
Yeah, they like snap.
You pulled
funny.
it so well.
Do both of them.
Oh, it's on. Hey, Janice.
What's up?
So, are we still up for lunch?
I think I'm gonna skip lunch today.
Skip lunch? Why? When you can have lunch with someone as awesome as me.
I've got a lot of stuff to do and I'd really like to get it done.
It's just lunch. It's not like a date.
Look, I really think you need to watch yourself. You're about to cross a line.
Whoa. Okay, sorry.
Excuse me, I have to get back to work.
Jacob told me what you were doing.
That rat. Look,
You
I just...
can't keep doing this all the time. I can't save you every time somebody complains. This could end really badly for you. You really need to think about what you're doing.
Hey,
Hey.
I just want to apologize for being a jerk earlier today. It's just, you seem really nice, and I just want to get to know you better. I hope you can forgive me.
Okay. Sure. One lunch, and then we'll go from there.
So what up, bro? Am I good? Yeah. But you gotta start treating women better, man. You can't steamroll them into liking you. Why? When I have you to clean up the mess. Alright. Well, she said yes to lunch, so meet her on the 10th floor. Oh! Thank you! Dude, I owe you one, man. Hey, Janice. Are you in the lobby? Alright, be down in a sec.
So they found his body in there?
The nurse found it.
That's the third death this month.
I know. What is going on?
I'm getting scared.
Just be careful, okay? If you see anything suspicious, just tell the police or tell me. I'll come right over.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is my fiancé, Mr. Bruce. Mr.
Lovell, Gerald Lovell.
Mr. Lovell was looking at the flat.
Oh, how do you do? How do you do? Please don't bother about it now. I do like your flat, though. I'll drop back again a little bit later, if you don't mind.
Oh, not a bit. Please do.
Thank you.
It's terrible what happened. Did you know him?
Yes. But I've never met you before.
Oh, shit.
Six months. Nobody has seen you.
I work from home, but I go outside all the time.
But you do not show yourself. Come. You're like me. We are different. The others, they couldn't understand.
What?
Those people, they were never truly able to see me. But we are the same. You understand. No.
Name E. Age timeless. Originally from Wampa, Canada. It's a real place, trust me. I'm a pretty cool guy. I'm not a serial killer. I'm your typical guy. Hey, how are you? Should I send it? Should I send it? Oh my god, I sent it!
I'm good. And you? Nice profile, by the way.
Thanks. Her name's Daisy. She passed away a couple of years ago.
I'm so sorry to hear.
Do you have any pets?
I had a dog, Lily, but she ran away a few months ago.
Oh, I'm really sorry. Do you have any other pets?
No. I don't think my heart can handle another loss like that.
So, my friend told me about this really cool jazz bar, and I want to go check it out. Want to come with me?
Sure, I would love to. I'll pick you up at 8. Where do you live?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll meet you there after work.
Okay, see you then.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I got us some beers because the bartender recommended them. They're seasonal.
Thanks. I love beers.
Oh no, why did I get the beers? I just ruined everything.
Anyway, this is a really cool place. I love jazz.
Yeah? Who do you listen to?
Miles Davis, of course. And, Bleeding Gums Murphy.
Isn't that the character from The Simpsons? Oh my god, I love The Simpsons!
Don't! Well, so what do you do?
I work at a cupcake bakery.
Really? I guess that means I can't visit you at work. I love cupcakes, but I really can't eat them all the time. Only sometimes. Otherwise, I'd weigh as much as an elephant.
Oh, don't be silly, you're fine.
I look fat.
Well, if you ever want to come by and try some of the cupcakes I bake, here's a business card.
Nice. Yeah. Actually, let me get you my business card also.
Why do you have a bag full of peanuts?
Well, I mean, I have to carry around a little snack, just in case I need some protein or something.
So cute. Oh. I honestly don't have any piercings.
Really? Well, I honestly don't like beer. Or jazz. I prefer disco.
Oh. I could go for some disco fries right now.
There is this place, actually, right down the block.
The Disco Diner!
Well, there's a pretty fucking picture. She was in rare form last night.
Wait, do you think she's okay? Can you tell if she's breathing?
Bitch, wake up! Corliss!
Who's there?
Oh, hey, Corliss. Jesus. Wow, late night? Saturday was amazing. You okay?
Zach, I need you.
Okay. You're amazing. Alright, I figure we maybe got like 10 minutes before the family notices. Shh. Right. Shh.
Oh my god, I think I'm going crazy, Zach.
Yeah? You're driving me nuts.
Ew!
Home wrecking whore!
Whoa! Fuck, Dude, what the fuck is your problem?
Did you see that?
Fuck!
It was yelling at me. You didn't hear that?
God damn it. Hey, how the fuck am I gonna explain this to Mary, huh?
What do you want? We.
What the hell are you looking at?
Okay. Okay, this is insane. Oh, really? Chair pile thingy? What, you got some magic wand in there? Excuse me? I am an adult woman. I have been making decisions all my...
Corliss, we're not fucking around. Step back.
Hello, Mr. Quattlebaum. Oh, right, Larry. How are you, sir? Uh-huh. That's wonderful. I am so glad. Yes, and I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yo, Kyle Davis! You were so right. He loved it, man. He is actually thanking me. I couldn't believe it.
Who's Piles Davis? Surprise.
What are you doing here?
Things got a little bit heated on the home front. But, on the plus side, I have a hall pass to hang out with you for a couple days.
I don't know. Could you just give me a moment, okay? Oh no! What did you do?
Whoa,
can't be
whoa, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Come here.
Oh my god, please!
Come here.
No, Zach! No! Get out! No! Get out! Get out! I have decided that you are just an asshole. You get out! Leave me my keys and get the fuck out! Hi, this is Corliss.
What is elder abuse? You know, how do we recognize it? How do we fight it? And there are so few resources, and so few people even know what it is. I talked to somebody at the New York Asian Women's Center, and she said, you know, elder abuse is where domestic violence was 10 years ago. No vocabulary exists for it. And because it's so often family members that are abusing the elderly, and because it is so often not physical, it's financial, it's emotional, it's neglect, people think, ooh, you know what? None of my business. Ooh, I don't want to get involved. And there are no answers. There's no vocabulary. There's no answer. There's no knowledge. It's just this big, dark cave. And so many people are suffering. And so I thought, what if I could take a medium that I know and that I like, which is film and storytelling, and what if, using the creative storytelling narrative, I could tell a story. Not to soapbox or tell you what to do or what to think, but a story about somebody like my grandmother who goes through something awful, something that any one of us could go through. And with that film, we start a dialogue. We start a discussion. We start creating the vocabulary that we need to see the problem, to drag elder abuse out of the shadows, and to start to reconstruct our own family dynamics and make things better. So even though I'm not really a screenwriter, I had to write this. If the film can help just one person, then it will all be worth it.
My name is Larry Lee. I'm the executive director of the New York Asian Women's Center. I am a social worker. I also have a master's in psychology, and I worked for many years at a very large agency focused on domestic violence and child abuse, just basically family violence. So when this job was available and I applied for it, they were very kind enough to offer me the position, which, as you can imagine, is pretty surprising because this is a women's organization and I'm a male. But they were really looking to find somebody that knew the issues and knew how to deal with domestic violence and sexual assault, elder abuse, and so forth. So they thought that I'd be a good fit. The New York Asian Women's Center is a fabulous agency. It's the largest organization that focuses on Asian Americans in dealing with domestic violence, human trafficking, sexual assault services, and elder abuse. But more than that, you know, every organization like this provides services focused on making sure people are safe and secure. So we do that, but we've also are trying very hard to find the best ways to help people recover from trauma and recover from their abuse. So we pulled together a Asian-inspired way of working with Asians, focused on developing good relationships with them, as opposed to some of the other therapeutic ways that people use, because we feel that that's the best way to work with Asians. We also do things like provide acupuncture, qigong exercises, yoga, meditation, because that's also very culturally specific and very useful. But we found that this not only is good for Asians, but since we work with many non-Asians, it also works very well with them as well. We have almost 70 on our staff, and we have 3 community offices where people see survivors not here. Actually, we have 2 different programs that are somewhat related. One is called Later in Life, where we actually work with people who are affected by domestic violence 50 years and older. And that includes both men and women. And that's essentially a domestic violence program. Then we have an elder abuse program where we work with people who are 60, 65 and older. Again, both include men and women. We have a big problem as Asian Americans. Here in New York, it's not quite as bad, because here we have 15% of the population are Asians. Across the country, it's about 5%. So there are no studies that show much about our population, as Asians as a whole, or even, and especially when you break it up into different ethnic groups. So it's very hard to get national studies, so it's hard to tell exactly what our problem is for many things, including elder abuse. But the other problem is even perhaps more profound, and that is, for Asians, we don't really believe that there's such a thing as elder abuse. In fact, they often don't believe there's such a thing as domestic violence and so forth. We really feel as Asians, because we are not the same as we're Americans, but we don't have the same kind of Western philosophy where we focus on the individual. Here as Asians, we focus on the family. So what matters is what's good for the family. So if somebody is being maltreated or neglected, which is also an elder abuse emphasis, that's not picked up because it's not hurting the family. It's hurting the individual but not the family. So they don't consider that elder abuse. So we find a very hard time for people to recognize there's such a thing as elder abuse. You know, there's some studies that show that some ethnicities, if you take money from your parent and you keep it, maybe 35% believe that that's okay. In American society, that's considered financial elder abuse, and that's not okay. So we need to help people understand what's right and what's wrong according to the laws that are here. But it's a problem, yes. For non-Asians, it's pretty clear. Elder abuse, it consists of physical battering, financial abuse, sexual abuse, verbal abuse, emotional and psychological abuse. That's considered elder abuse, as well as when a person doesn't take care of themselves. That's considered elder abuse as well. For Asians, it's very difficult because Asians don't want to accept the idea that even physical abuse might necessarily be elder abuse. So if it's just pushing, it doesn't matter so much. If you're putting somebody in their place, that's too bad. If the child doesn't want to speak to the parent and is silent for long periods of time, that's not considered abuse. Here, I would consider it abuse, and I think everybody else considers it abuse. But Asians pull away from that. Elder abuse is when somebody is that's over 65 has been abused, and that's been abused either physically or psychologically, emotionally, financially, or sexually abused by somebody else, generally by somebody that they trust. So that could be a relative, it could be a caretaker. Elder abuse also is when somebody is neglected or is self-neglects. We were extraordinarily lucky to be able to get money from our city council member. And this money was very good money because it helps us outreach for elders who've been abused. The hardest thing, if nobody believes that there's such a thing as elder abuse, is to outreach and to get them to understand. So you have to change community understanding, and you have to reach out to people and help them understand that what's happening to them is abuse and that they can be helped. So getting this money was very helpful, because if we tried to apply for money through normal government channels, they really want you to provide numbers of people that you actually have helped, and we can't help them until they first discover that they need help. So we need this early money to do outreach, and that was very, very valuable. And we need much more of that because it is such an intractable problem for our community. We need for them to understand what abuse really is. I think you have to be careful about elder abuse because it's not what everybody seems to think it is. When we work on elder abuse, we discover that almost as many men are being abused by women as women are being used by men. So there's this really sense that people really need to have power and control over each other. And that's considered the basis of abuse, basically, is this need for power and control. And it doesn't matter what gender or sex that is involved. That's what is the basis of elder abuse. So there's a lot of narratives when it comes to elder abuse. For the Asian community in particular, a lot of it has to do with children mistreating the elders. Many times not thinking that they're mistreating the elder and not recognizing the thing that they're doing is so hurtful for them. but there's also husband and wife abuse, there's caretaker abuse, there's a wide variety of abuses. You have outside strangers that are scamming elders that need to we need to recognize that that's an abuse that's important. The way we work in the New York Asian Women's Center is we really try to connect to the person and talk to them. And by connecting and talking, we get an idea of what the problems are. So that's the way you get to recognize it. The difficulty we have many times with Asians is that they don't want to talk about things that are emotional. So they are sometimes very indirect about things. And the difficulty there is you have to kind of understand what they're alluding to. So you have to think about allusions that they're making that might give you the idea that they have a problem. So if somebody, for instance, if they're depressed, an Asian wouldn't say, I'm depressed, they might say, I have lots of worries. So that gives you some kind of clues. So you don't ask them if they're depressed, you say, have your worries subsided? So you work that way around the things that are kind of metaphorically what it means to be in a situation that's very difficult for an elder. For Asians, it's quite difficult because nobody wants to admit that such a thing exists. So it's very important for all of us that know that it exists to talk about it. You know, we should talk about it, and we should say that it's not tolerated. You know, people think that because you're Asian, that there's filial piety, and therefore everybody reveres their elders, and nobody would ever do something like this.
Right.
And yet it happens all the time. So, and then if they hide it, then you can't really help them. So what we want people to know is, I guess, a major thing is that it exists, that people can be helped, and that obviously the New York Asian Women's Center can help them, and they should contact us. But there was one study that showed something like 7% of women were abused physically, Asian, Chinese women, and about 5% of men. So that's quite a big number, actually, I guess, in New York. One of the major reasons is that they would not want anything to happen to their spouse, because that would put them in great jeopardy themselves, and many times have had very long relationships with the other person. With their children, they don't want their children to go to jail if they're the ones that are taking something from them. So it's not, in a sense, in their interest to, because they're so afraid of being alone, and it's just quite difficult. Many times they don't even know they're being abused. They see it in a way that's maybe different than we see it. So, you know, we have grandchildren who steal from their grandmothers. What do they know? They obviously know that the person's stealing, but they will say, oh, you know, they can't do anything about it because they don't want to hurt their children, they don't want to hurt their grandchild, and so forth, and they'll just try to make do with it. Or make do without it. The more we're able to let the general public know about the problem, so they can help us deal with it. You know, we struggle with, for instance, funding sources that don't want to believe that there's such a thing. The more they see that it exists, the better it is for the community, the better it is for the New York Asian Women's Center, because then we can actually start working on trying to deal with the problem in a much more substantive way. You know, the major thing is obviously word of mouth, for one, and really, you know, what we're trying to do is we're trying to define things in a way that's a little bit different. So we're not going to argue with you. If you want to say that, for instance, we call something domestic violence and you call it family conflict, doesn't matter. All we want you to know is that family conflict hurts people and that we need to find a way to help them. Similarly with elder abuse and neglect. If you don't necessarily think that it's neglect or abuse, nonetheless you want to think about what the impact is on the person that it's happening to. And if they feel that there's an impact, then that means that we should be able to help them. So I think that what one needs to do is one needs to find out what's happening to people and whether or not they need some help. With Asians, elder abuse is very hidden because no one believes that it exists. But people are hurt, and we need to find out if they're hurt and to then find ways to help them. I'm a very strong believer that advocacy is very helped by the arts. and that we need to integrate the two of them. So we've done a number of ways of doing this, including making films that were about the New York Asian Women's Center survivors, about people who were survivors who were domestic violence survivors at work. There was a dance film, a dance that was choreographed by Lenora Lee from San Francisco. Actually worked on a story about my grandmother who was a human trafficking survivor. So we've been doing a lot of these things, and Jennifer's work, I think, fits right into that.
Hi, I'm Maria McDonald, and you're watching Live.
Let me hear y'all go. Oh, you scared? You chicken, man. You scared? Everybody up here scared. You want to play a song? Play a song. You chicken?
There will be days where you feel like everyone is against you. And you just may want to feel sorry for yourself. Nothing is going to change if you keep that thought about you. The greatest challenges will be the ones where you would fight against the most powerful enemy. One that knows you inside and out. And that main enemy isn't the system. It isn't their backwards laws, rights, or beliefs. It's yourself. Only you can hold yourself back. And once you've gotten past yourself, you can take on everything that corrupt society can offer. You can change. Not alone, but together. It's gonna be a little bit new for me. I used to sing and leave, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Some days can be long, and there's days that cannot end. Some prefer the lies that are told in hopes to one day blend. Rubbed down by difference, scorned with hate, becomes commonplace. Easy to silence, hard to change, all because of race. I won't stand for it, not gonna go and vouch for this. I will stand my ground. No more lies, no more tricks. I got a big old bone to pick. I will stand my ground. It's human beings to hate what they don't want to understand. Always want to say they're on top and act like they are grand. Pathetic excuses and pathetic hate. Don't they look irate? Can't deal with the lies, can't deal with the weakness. Let's put an end to the hate. I won't stand for it, not gonna go and vouch for this. I will stand my ground. No more lies, no more tricks. I got a big old bone to pick. I will stand my ground. Pride yourself and move the world, the world. Prove yourself, you can change the world, the world. Don't ignore the pain, don't ignore the hate. Look to change, look to change. I love that a world will make. I won't stand for it, not gonna go and vouch for this. I will stand my ground. No more lies, no more tricks. I got a big old bone to pick. I will stand my ground. I won't stand for it, not gonna go and vouch for this. I will stand my ground. No more lies, no more tricks. I got a big old bone to pick. I will stand my ground. I won't stand for more tricks. I got a big old bone to pick. I will stand my ground. I won't stand for it. Not gonna go and vouch for this. I will stand my ground. No more lies, no more tricks. I got a big old bone to pick. I will stand my ground. Y'all should do the same. That's right. Stand your ground. Yes. How do you keep the music playing? How do you make it last? How do you keep the music from playing too fast?
Sing it.
Give your love to someone and never lose your way. How do you not run out of new things to say? And though we know we're always changing, how can it ever last? And tell me how, year after year, your heart will fall apart each time he hears your name.